Check the description for the following discount codes.
I've had a lot of questions in the comments, or a lot of comments in the comments about this triple screen setup that you see behind me here, and asking me why I haven't made any content about it. When's the big reveal? When you're gonna review the screens, the TVs, whatever they might be, Karl? What's going on? Like, why is it we can see it there, but you've not said anything about it? So I thought I'd do a quick video just to answer those questions and comments, because it does seem a little bit weird. So the reason you've not yet seen any dedicated content to this triple setup that you see behind me is because there's 3 videos ready to come out, and they've been ready for about a month now. And it's because they are sponsored by LG. They're 3 LG TVs. You might have seen it in my channel community feed pop up, the pictures of them in their box. Now, because they're sponsored by LG, this isn't like when someone just sends me something and says, here, Karl, you know, have this, do a review, do a setup guide, do whatever you want with it, blah, blah, blah. This is what I'm going to call a proper sponsored video, where it's more of a promotion for LG and their new range of 2021 gaming focused TVs. And whilst I'm still allowed to give my opinions and my thoughts, and if I don't like things, I'm allowed to say it, the videos have to come out on time with their launch schedule, and presumably when they've got stock. Because what's been happening is they gave me 3 dates for these 3 videos, and they were like, what are we in now? We're in October. So they were very late September when it was supposed to be, when they're supposed to go live. But they've kept putting it back and putting it back and putting it back. I keep getting these emails saying, Karl, sorry, we're now rescheduling for such and such a date. We're now rescheduling for such and such a date. The last email I got said the first of the 3 videos should be able to go live on the 13th of October, which is like this coming Wednesday. I think today's Friday when I'm making this video, Friday morning. But we'll see whether that actually happens or not. Wednesday the 13th is actually a day before my birthday, which is the 14th. I'll be 43 years old. Scary times. But yeah, that's why you're yet to see any videos about, you know, the TVs themselves. So the 3 videos that are coming, one of them is me swapping over my original single 55-inch for one of these new 55 inches and doing a review of the TV itself, because I'm going from LCD LED nanocell to OLED, and some quite big differences. And to be honest, these TVs are insanely good, and I am proper blown away by them, and also ridiculously chuffed that LG asked me to do like 3 sponsored videos and send them over, because I couldn't have asked for anything more when it comes to 3 triple displays. So that's just amazing. But yeah, the first video is me swapping over my original single for one of these, reviewing the TV itself, an unboxing type thing and some close-ups. The second video is me adding the extra 2 to do a triple setup and walking you through the software side of setting up triples, how to properly calculate the side angles based on the viewing distance, the size of the screens, to get a geometrically correct image whereby what you're seeing is 1-to-1 with real life, similar to how that sim racing pod from Immersive Display UK is set up, the one that's in the sphere, and they've had to make their own bespoke software to take a triple flat screen output and convert it into a spherical display so that things aren't all warped and what have you. But with triples, you have to do the same or similar calculations, but this time you can do that quite simply on a calculator yourself using the correct trigonometry, or there are online calculators that you can use. But I got mixed results when I used a few of these different online ones, so I ended up just doing the maths myself, and I'll walk you through how to do that in the second video. Because if you've got screens that are of a suitable size, I'm going to say anything over maybe 30 inches or so, if you're normal 16:9 type monitor, anything over that, you want it to be 1-to-1 with real life as best as you can. And what that means is, for the smaller screens like 30-inch triples, they're not going to come in very much at the sides. They're going to be more, the angle is much less. And you won't be able to sort of look over your shoulder and see what's coming beside you. But you'll be able to see, you know, your dashboard and your wing mirrors and things like that. The bigger the screens are, so these are 55s, the tighter the angle will be. So they come in more and more, and you get a much greater peripheral vision, and you can literally look and see cars coming up beside you, which is just insanely cool, I might add. Very much like that Immersive Display UK sim racing pod. That was 270 degrees field of view. I get about 180 to 200 with this, depending how close my rig is to the front screen. And again, you have to measure all this and calculate all. But I go through all this in the second video, and then the third video is me developing it into what I'm calling my sim racing booth. It's a bit like a pod, like the one from Immersive Display UK, but because it isn't spherical, it's not really a pod, is it? It's more like a triangular wedge shape. So I'm calling it a sim racing booth, a bit like a DJ booth or a photo booth, because you step into it, we've got a headline in at the top to block out any unwanted sights of the walls and my window behind me, and give you that feeling of being in a cockpit, being in a cabin, in a car, you know. And then I've got some drop downs and some door speakers and some other bits and bobs. But anyway, I go through all this in detail, show you the build, show you how to do everything that I've done across these 3 videos. So they are coming, and so at the moment LG is saying it's the 13th for the first video. So it is going to be a bit weird, because the first video you're going to see me upgrading from my original single 55 to another single 55, one of these OLED ones, and then it goes triples, and then it goes to what you see a little bit of in the background there. But there's not much I can do about it, because this is a proper sponsor video. LG gave me like a 5-page brief on what needs to be included in the video, and even down to details like the clothes I'm allowed to wear. I had to wear plain clothes, couldn't have anything with Mario on or branding or anything like that. They even told me I had to pronounce OLED and not OLED. Things like that. It's very weird and very precise the way they do things, but they didn't say you're not allowed to give your opinions and what have you. So that's still good. Although, in all fairness, these are top of the range LG OLED C1 TVs. There isn't anything negative to say about them. I think the only thing I didn't like was that the power cable was hardwired in and didn't unplug. You know, if you buy a top of the range OLED TV in 2021, there isn't going to be much to complain about. So the review is decent anyway, but I walk you through all the specs and show you all the features. There's quite a few useful features specifically for us as sim racers and gamers with regards to like low input latency and all this sort of thing, and pixel response time. So hopefully you'll find the videos interesting when I am allowed to release them, but because it's got to be in conjunction with their UK sort of promotional launch, I have to do it at the same time. So I'm just waiting for them to tell me that we're good to go. So that is why you can see it all set up behind me, but you've not yet seen me talk about the TVs or do any triple monitor setup guides or all the usual sort of things that you would expect me to do when I get some new toys in to play with. But anyway, that is 8 minutes of me waffling on about why I haven't put some videos out that are already ready and that will be coming out. So there's your answer. Keep your fingers crossed that I can actually release the first one on the 13th. Otherwise, things are really rolling into the distance, aren't they? It will be Christmas before I can bloody launch them for all I know. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, take it easy.